The Curse That Wouldn't Die: How Bruce Lee's Death Doomed His Wife and Family, the painful story Hollywood tried to forget. It began with the death of a legend and ended in another unthinkable tragedy. For decades, Linda Lee Cadwell lived under the shadow of a curse, watching history repeat itself in the most horrifying way. This is the chilling truth behind Bruce Lee's widow the world never truly knew.
Bruce, when I first met him in Seattle, Washington, where I lived, and we both went to the University of Washington, he was teaching classes in Kung Fu, what he called Jianfang Kung Fu.
Linda met Bruce Lee when they were both students at the University of Washington. She was quiet, thoughtful, and focused. He was full of energy, charm, and confidence. Despite the challenges of being an interracial couple during a time of prejudice, their connection was strong and undeniable. Linda quickly became not just Bruce's partner in life, but also in his dreams. As Bruce worked to bring martial arts and his philosophy to the world, Linda supported him behind the scenes, typing his scripts, raising their children, and keeping their home steady through all the ups and downs. Life wasn't easy. Hollywood didn't want to cast an Asian man in a leading role. Money was tight. They faced rejection, criticism, and endless stress. But Linda never gave up on Bruce. She believed in him more than anyone else. And in time, the world finally caught up. Bruce became a global star with the release of Enter the Dragon. It felt like everything they had worked for was finally coming true. Then everything fell apart. In July 1973, Bruce Lee died suddenly at the age of 32. The world was in shock. Rumors flew. Poison, a curse, hidden enemies. But for Linda, it wasn't a mystery or a headline. It was the worst day of her life. Just hours before, she had laughed with Bruce about dinner plans. Now she was left with 2 children, alone in a world that only wanted answers, not comfort. She was only 28 years old, identifying her husband's body, as thousands of fans crowded the streets of Hong Kong, crying for the man who had become their hero. After Bruce's death, Linda tried to carry on. She returned to the US, wrote a book about his life, and gave interviews to preserve his legacy. But inside, she was quietly grieving. She rarely spoke about her own pain. She remarried, trying to rebuild her life, but nothing could truly fill the space Bruce left behind. Then, in 1993, exactly 20 years after Bruce's death, tragedy struck again. Linda's son, Brandon Lee, was accidentally shot and killed on the set of his film, The Crow. He was 28 years old, the same age Linda had been when she lost Bruce. It was as if history had repeated itself in the cruelest way. Despite these losses, Linda stayed strong. She fought for safety changes in film production and kept both Bruce and Brandon's memories alive. Today, she lives a quiet life, while her daughter, Shannon Lee, carries the family legacy through the Bruce Lee Foundation.